So what's up? I'm back. And yeah, in this video I'm going to talk about one of the most disappointing games that's came out this year in my opinion. I'm going to talk about Resident Evil 3 Remake. So coming off of the high of Resident Evil 2 last year, the remake was phenomenal and it was amazing. Like I literally played it. It took me so long to finally play it because like I was debating on if I really wanted to play it because I don't really like scary games like that. Just saying. I'm not no bitch, but I just don't like scary games. But Capcom announced that they were making Resident Evil 3, so once I played Resident Evil 2 and I got more into the lore, because I knew the lore before, I just didn't really pay attention, I got more into the lore, it got me really excited because I saw all the stuff that originally happened in Resident Evil 3, and then I had hopes of how they would connect this now new remake with RE2's remake. And yeah, Capcom let me down, so in this video I'm going to talk about what Capcom didn't do, and what they did wrong and what they forgot. So it's basically going to be everything that's wrong or what's missing from Resident Evil 3 or whatever it is. Yeah, with that out the way, let's get it. Just remember, list on my phone because I'm saving trees. Remember, we need oxygen to breathe. So the first thing I want to talk about is there's a lack of Resident Evil 2 connection. Like there really is a lack. You have a few when they go to the RPD and like you have Carlos explode that one opening, but besides that, and of course you see Marvin one time, but there's a lot of lack. Like you're missing a lot of stuff. Like it's irritating how you're missing so much. So like one of the things I wish they could have showed was, one thing I always wondered playing RE2 in the remake is how does Sherry get to the RPD? I mean underground, like you know underground, the RPD in that area where she's running, and like she even tells her mom that the zombies were all around the house or whatever, and that's why she left and like she called the cops or whatever. So I'm wondering like how did she get where she was? How did she escape? I feel like in this game they should have at least touched that. That would have been cool. I know like it doesn't really fit in the story, but it still does because this is supposed to connect them more. They could have just showed a little girl running somehow or something like that. Like Jill sees and is like, hey little girl, I can help you or something, but Sherry just takes off. Something like that. I don't know. Another thing for part of this is you should have been able to feel the explosion of Ness. Like you should have been able to feel that. Like cause literally when they're in the hospital, Ness has already happened. The city's about to get exploded when they're in the hospital, and like Ness has already happened and all that. So there should have been some point where they just felt an explosion, or like part of the city is gone. Like the whole area over there should have been gone, and like Carlos or Tyrell or somebody should have mentioned it. All right, another thing is that when they're in Nest, so like this is all part of like one section, and I'm just listing stuff in case anybody was wondering. But so another thing for this part would be when you're in the new Nest. Why do you not get... They should have been like something... Like this would have been dope to see is like in Nest 2 they would have said that we lost connection with Nest 1 or something. Or that Nest 1 is not responding. That would have been dope to see. I don't know why they didn't do it. Like I have no idea why they didn't. It's weird why they didn't. And then another thing, even though I talk about... I should have put this in the later topic, but now it doesn't matter. In the top level of the RPD... Like in the... When you know where the shower and all the areas, but the level before that where it has that hole in the wall, you never see what's there. Like, why was that not there? We needed that. They don't explain. You have Carlos blow up that one hole in the shower, but what about that area up there? We need an explanation. Why? Why did they not do that? And you don't really know how Carlos even gets out once he leaves the RPD, because so many doors are locked and all that. It's so weird. I don't get them. So the next thing, another plot point I have is Brad. They lied to us about Brad. They literally said that Brad was going to have a bigger role, and he didn't. Like you literally see him for a few seconds and he just died. He literally gets bit and then he somehow bites Marvin. And like he really should have had a bigger role. I hate that he didn't have a bigger role. Because in the original, his role is basically served to show Nemesis, and in this one, they just wasted potential. Like why? Why did they do that? Alright, the next thing I have is the RPD. So I have a few problems with the RPD. Nemesis should have showed up and killed Brad. That would have made Nemesis more impactful. I think that we should have saw Jill. Like Jill literally should have went there. It's cool that we got to go with Carlos, but Jill should have went into the RPD at some point. Or like when you go past and you can pick up that item over there, she should have made some type of comment about the RPD. That would at least made us think that like she actually cared about the RPD. But it's like she's going past her work and she doesn't say anything. Yeah, made no sense. I don't know why she didn't. Another thing is like they didn't show any of the cops besides. You see Marvin. Where does Marvin go once he runs in? Because like everything up there is locked. Where does Marvin go? That was dumb that we couldn't see where Marvin went. We don't even get to see the one guard that got like that you see with Leon and Claire that gets ripped in half because you try to pull him through. We don't even see him. All we see is just the 2 cops that get killed by liquor. That was cool, but I think there should have been more cops there, especially since in like the Umbrella Chronicles and other stuff, there's like people that Marvin had under him that he sent out looking to find ways to escape the police station. They totally missed it out on that. I don't know why they did. Alright, so another thing in here is that burning building that you fight on with Jill. You don't even see that in Resident Evil 2, so I don't know why they even did that. Alright, now, one of the biggest things I had a problem with is the opening of Resident Evil 3. It was cool that we got a live action one and like it hit home because of what's happening right now in the US and in the world, but the original opening was better. It was so much better. And because like you literally, like we should have had like Jill telling her story again about what happened. Another thing we should have saw was the STARS unit coming back, or her at least expressing about what happened when the STARS came back and nobody believed them and all that. That should have been there. We should have saw when the zombies first started appearing. That's what we should have saw in the opening. We also should have saw like the outbreak just starting to happen, just like it literally first starts to happen and everybody's getting eaten and all that. That would have been dope to see. Another thing would have been like the cops, like when how they did in the original, how the cops like put their final front to try and stop them and it doesn't happen. That would have been dope. They really should have did that. Like really, we needed that. I don't know why they didn't. We needed that, and we also needed to see the Umbrella mercenaries getting killed and getting overwhelmed by all the zombies. Like we needed to see all that it adds a better atmosphere and everything to it, because that was all dope in the original. Now the next thing, it's hard for this one, but I'm going to talk about Nemesis. Well, Nemesis is good and all. I like the way he is. It's just Mr. X was better. I'm sorry, but Mr. X was better. I was way more terrified of Mr. X. Maybe because we were cramped in the police station, and I mean, you saw Mr. X more. And he was at least around and he was a threat. Nemesis, you only have scripted stuff and it's just a few things and it's like, it's nothing. Mr. X was on your ass. Mr. X wasn't fucking playing. Nemesis, oh yeah, he gets you with a few tentacles. Yeah, scripted scene. Oh, you can just shoot him, he's dead. He's gone for a while. Mr. X, oh, you just shoot him a few times, nah, he right back up. That's what I did not like. I did not like that at all. Also didn't like how he only chases you in a few scripted scenes. We didn't get to see him in his first form that much. He should have been there. That's going to be another point where I have down here where it probably would have had Nemesis more. But it's because all we have was scripted scene. He wasn't random. He should have had more encounters. And we were promised that he was going to be better than Mr. X, because they already had the blueprint from Mr. X. They just had to put him here. And they did not. They clearly didn't. They just relied on scripted stuff. Mr. X was way better. And plus, you could hear Mr. X walking. Mr. X was terrifying. Nemesis is not at all. I just throw a grenade, he's dead. Bye. Basically. That's literally what it is with him. Alright, so the next thing I have is, Raccoon City was not as big as it should have been. We were promised that Raccoon City was going to be big. They basically told us we were going to see more Raccoon City than we ever did in the original, and then it turns out we didn't. We're missing so many locations. We didn't even get to explore the clock tower. We didn't get to explore the park. The newspaper thing, I forgot what it's called. Whatever, the print press place, I don't remember. We didn't get to go into the restaurant. You have like literally those, and we didn't get to go there, and that's probably why we didn't get to see Nemesis as much as we should. And plus, like I said earlier, Jill is not going to the RPD, so we really don't get to see Nemesis. So I don't know why they cut these out. They literally shouldn't, because we wanted the appeal of the original Resident Evil was Nemesis coming even though his things were still scripted back then, but it seemed random, and he comes out at different places. But the city was bigger and had more places you go to. This one, they didn't. Like, oh yeah, and I forgot the Dead Factory. The Dead Factory, ooh, that's really a missed opportunity. And if you can hear that dog, fuck that dog. But yeah. The Dead Factory was really a missed opportunity, because we could have saw the war or whatever, the battle that happened there with all the dead tyrants. That would have been dope to run through there and see all, especially now it's all HD, everything's crispy. You can see all the dead tyrants, all the dead mercenaries, whatever they were there. Like how they did like in, I think that was Umbrella Chronicles. I think they did that one in there too. That would have been dope to see, but we missed out. They BS'd us and gave us like a half-ass small. I can't lie, the RPD, Resident Evil 2 was bigger than this. It seemed like there was more stuff to do. This shit was literally just like that. It's disappointing what they did with the city. I'm so mad they did this to the city. The city should have been felt way bigger than what it actually was. It's very disappointing.
What's really crazy is that I don't know who made this game, but they was on some big freak ass shit. You already got Nemesis in this bitch with a full leather suit on in this motherfucker. And next thing you know, they showing Jill ass the whole fucking opening cutscene. And then literally the one time she goes to crawl, of course they had to stick a tentacle. You know they had to, and it's like the tentacle looking like it's going somewhere. Yeah, they were on some freak shit. Don't even get me started with the drain demos. They had her deep throat a fucking insect. Yeah, this game is wild. Like, whoever at Capcom was like, yo, we need to put this... We already know Nemesis is going to be in leather, but yeah, let's have him use his tentacles on Jill anytime he wants. Then, I don't know, somebody was on some freak-ass shit when they decided to have Jill deep throat that fucking drain demos. That shit was nuts. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, and then she literally spits out its babies, yeah. Yeah. They were on some freak-ass shit. They some big freak motherfuckers at Capcom. They said, yo, what can we do to make Jill different? Let's have her deep throat an insect. And I mean deep throat an insect, because that shit was all the way in her stomach. Yeah. In the hospital, when you're playing as Carlos, you can hear Jill moaning. It's like, bro, what is this game? What is this game? Why she shouldn't be moaning like that, bro? Why? You can literally clearly hear that shit. This shit is nuts. Like, what are they doing at Capcom? They're on some freak shit. This whole game is some big freak shit, bro. They literally cut all content just for this game to be some big freak ass shit. Shit is nuts, bro. Capcom's wild.
And speaking, also things we should have saw is we should have saw more people alive, not just at the beginning and then on the train. We should have, because I feel like if it's a real apocalypse, you would see more than just the few people you saw scattering and running away into never being seen again. There should have been, but sadly we did not. It makes no sense why you didn't. Like, I have no idea why. Like, what was Capcom doing when they made this game? I know the original game was just a cash grab, but this one was really a cash grab at all the stuff they skipped out. Like, way too much. And then, of course, missing bosses is just a grave digger. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea why they didn't put him in the game. They said that he was. Like, there was so many things coming out saying he was, or he or she, whatever, the grave digger was going to be in the game. But, sadly, it's not. It would have made this game better instead of just fighting Nemesis the whole time. It would have been better because we would have had another boss, but whatever. Capcom was just cutting shit. Alright, I tell you this game is not worth $60. Like, not at all. I bought RE2 for like $23 because it was on sale in the PlayStation Store, and that was like the collector edition one they had. And I wish I would have bought RE2 back when it came out in February on like hard copy with a disc instead of buying RE3 like how I bought now on a disc. Because it's not worth it. Wait until it goes on sale in December on the PlayStation Store or Xbox Store or PC. Because it's not worth $60. This game is not. It's literally, if you're not going to replay this game like a lot, like replaying and doing all this different stuff, then it's not worth it. It's a waste of money. It's not worth $60. Wait for it to go on sale for like $10 or $14. It's not worth it at all. Don't support this game. My bad. It's a good game, but I'm just saying, don't buy $60. Don't waste your money on this BS. Wait until it gets lower. It's a good game, but it's not worth $60. Alright, now I'm going to get to another thing is Murphy is wasted potential. Literally, he's in the scene for what, like a few seconds? Nikolai literally pops him and that's it. What was the point of having him in the game? They literally lied. They had all these other characters get character development. They have him here just to say a few words and get popped. Wasted potential. Now, I guess I'll talk about what the game did well. So, Jill's character is amazing. Like, the way they had Jill in this game is godlike. She's fire. Carlos is fire. Mikhail is better. He has a little bit more to him. A little bit more to him. Just his fight with Nemesis is kind of meh. In the original, his was a little bit better. Nikolai is better. He has more intentions instead of just being the weird person he was. He really was just there just to be there in the original. Tyrell, my nigga Tyrell, bro. Hey, I'm so happy they fleshed out Tyrell. I'm so happy they did not do him dirty, because in the original they did him dirty, and he did look super racist, and they made him super racist in that when they made him a black character with big lips in the original. Now he looks like Hannibal. So yeah, he looks like Hannibal, and yeah, I'm so happy he got character development. Too bad he had to die to Nemesis, but hey, they had to because they weren't going to keep him alive. But hey, I'm happy he made it all the way to the end of the game, like majority of the end of the game. Shout out to my nigga Tyrell. Hand clap to him. They actually did something right. That was like probably the best thing they did in this game. Alright, the story, of course the story looks good. The story looks amazing. Like especially the cutscenes all look godlike. I love the story flows right too. Nemesis, of course, Nemesis was good. The few times you got to see him, be with him, the few times he chases you were actually good. The boss fights are decent. Besides, some of the ones that have are just kind of stupid and tedious, but they're pretty good boss fights. There's only like one when he's the animal running around the clock tower area that's kind of like annoying because you just read his path and you can kill him easily. It was fun. I enjoyed this game. It was fun. It was pretty fun. I like RE2 better though. The opening scene with Nemesis is actually fire. I just wish we would have got how we saw Nemesis originally. And the overall atmosphere of this game is dope. There's just like a few little things. The gore, some reason they toned the gore down, so limbs don't really come off like how they did in RE2, and then like they don't really have the real physics where people just like how you really fall and lean up against something. They took that away, but I love the atmosphere. It's dope. But yeah, this is all the problems I had with the game. The game isn't that bad, but like I said, it's not worth $60 to wait for it to go on sale. It's just Capcom cut out way too much stuff for no reason, and they didn't flesh out like really connections with RE2 as much as they said they were. This was just really a cash grab. They really the crazy thing is like this game has been in production for like 3 years or about the same length as RE2 when they went into production. That's the crazy thing. So I have no idea what they're doing with this game. They just BS'd it. But yeah, this is my video. If you enjoyed, like, dislike if you didn't, comment, subscribe if you really liked it, and yeah, check out some of my other videos, and thank you for watching. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.